All right, Algebra 1B students, welcome to part 2 of lesson 8.3 on multiplying polynomials. We are going to be looking today at multiplying a binomial, meaning 2 terms, by a trinomial, meaning 3 terms. But I want to start by just reviewing what we did in the last video, multiplying 2 binomials using the distributive property. If you remember, when we have an example problem like this, 5x plus 3 times 8x minus 2, both of those in parentheses, we use the distributive property to simplify by taking both pieces in our first set of parentheses and distributing them to the second set of parentheses. So for example, we do 5x times 8x and 5x times minus 2, which gives us 40x minus 10. We do the same thing with our positive 3. We do positive 3 times 8x and positive 3 times a minus 2. First of all, this should be 10x. And then we have positive 3 times 8x gives us plus 24x. And positive 3 times negative 2 gives me a minus 6. So my answer here is, first of all, this should be x squared, right? 40x squared. Yes, apologize for that. 40x squared minus plus 14x minus 6. All right? So there's the distributive property, taking each piece in these front parentheses and distributing them to the second set of parentheses. All right? Now, hopefully we know that if we had a situation like this, four times the quantity, 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. We can do the distributive property here quite easily. Right? 4 times there, 4 times there, 4 times there. In fact, we were doing that just a couple of sections ago. Right? Distributive property to a trinomial would end up giving us 12x squared plus 8x minus 4. So we're going to put these two things together then today and look at a way that we can multiply a binomial times a trinomial. Now, unfortunately, we cannot use the FOIL method, right? Your book tells you that you can use FOIL when you multiply 2 binomials. That means 2 terms each, but it is not helpful in multiplying a trinomial and a binomial. In this case, we're going to look at a vertical method to distribute each term, right? You are certainly welcome to just do your lines like that. That's fine with me. That's the way you want to do it. But I will show you a vertical way, similar to long multiplication that we've done many times before. All right. So we're going to be asked here to multiply and simplify these two quantities, 3x squared plus x minus 5 multiplied by the quantity 2x minus 7. Okay. Now, in order to multiply these, I'm going to stack them vertically in the same way we did when we were adding and subtracting. So I'm going to put 3x squared plus x minus 5 up top here, and then 2x minus 7 underneath lined up. So you can see my like terms are lined up, right? Here is my 5 and my 7, there's my 2x numbers, and over here I don't have any x squareds in the second polynomial, so it's just 3x squared with nothing beneath it. Now, when I multiply these together, I'm going to multiply it just like I said when we used to do 2-digit long division. I'm going to multiply the negative 7 times the negative 5. Negative 7 times negative 5, that's a positive 35. Then I'm going to go negative 7 over to the x. That is going to give me a minus 7x. Then I'm going to go negative 7 all the way over to the 3x squared, which is going to give me a minus 21x squared. Okay? So when I distribute that negative 7 to each of the 3 pieces, this is what I get. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the 2x, and I'm going to line up vertically my like terms once again. So So I'm going to start with 2x multiplied by that negative 5. Positive 2 times negative 5 is going to give me a minus 10x, and I'm going to put that under my minus 7x because those are like terms. Okay? Then I'm going to do 2x right up there times a positive 1x. 2 times 1 is positive 2, and x times x is x squared. And then finally, 2x times 3x to the second power. Remember that x squared times x is really x to the third. And 2 times 3 gives me 6 in the front. Okay? So now that I have distributed that, I am left with these two things, and I'm just going to add them together. Add it together. 6x cubed doesn't have any like terms to get added. Negative 21x squared plus 2x squared is going to be a negative 19x squared. Negative 7x minus 10 more x, or plus a negative 10x, is going to be a negative 17x. Then I have a plus 35 at the end. All right, now, here I don't have any like terms anymore because I've added them up, and this is my final answer. Okay. This is simplified, it's in standard form. I go x to the third, x to the second, x to the first, and no x's, so I decrease my exponents as I go left to right. I don't have any like terms and no parentheses, so I am all set there. That's it in terms of new skills for this video. All I need you to do then is take a look here at Got It number 5, which is on page 501, right at the top of page 501. Look at both of these problems, 5A and 5B. Pause the video, take a look at those two problems. When you come back, play the rest of the video, and I will show you the answers to these two questions, so you can give yourself a little check. If you have questions about anything that I have done so far, please make a note to ask me that in class tomorrow. But for now, pause the video, take a look at Got It number 5, A and B, then come back and I will reveal the answers for you. Okay, the answer to letter A should be, in standard form, 2x to the third power minus 9x squared, because we have negative 6x squared and negative 3x squared. And then we will have plus 10x from a positive 9 and a positive 1, and then a minus 3. That is the answer to letter A. Letter B, how can we use the distributive property? Well, if we look at the example just before, 2x squared, now I've lost it, 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 times x minus 3. I can use the distributive property and just distribute every term in this trinomial to the binomial at the end. So do 2x squared times x, 2x squared times negative 3, then do negative 3x times x, negative 3x times negative 3, 1 times x, 1 times negative 3. I just have there 6 pieces instead of 4 as we did before. But you can certainly use the distributive property, or you can use this vertical method, whichever you prefer. I will see you in class. That's all I have for right now. Have a wonderful night.